We're here with Scott with Rode. Now, Scott, we've been using Rode mics a ton. We've got one right here. We use it for all of our productions. We love your mic stuff. But you guys are also giving back to the community with a new contest. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called My Rode Reel. The idea is basically to get people with Rode mics out and shooting, getting better at what they're doing, basically. So the idea is to make a short film up to 5 minutes in length. What it is up to you as an entrant. So is it a documentary? Is it a kind of short feature type thing? Is it a music video even? That's up to you. Submit that 5-minute video along with a behind the scenes that talks about how you made the video and showing your Rode mic in use. Upload it to the website myrodereel.com, and there's around $70,000 worth of great film gear to win, including heaps of Rode mics, obviously, and then a lot of cool stuff from a lot of partners that we've got. So Blackmagic cameras, small HD monitors, Miller tripods, Zeiss, GoPro, Adobe. The list kind of goes on and on. But yeah, the idea is just to get people out and shooting and reward them for what they're doing.
Awesome. Now we have the link in our ads for NAB here, but can you give us the link directly as well?
It's myrodereel.com.
Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about the different variations of mic that you guys carry. For somebody that's new, just getting into filmmaking, it can be a bit daunting to look at a giant lineup of microphones.
Yeah.
So to kind of take us through a little bit of what you guys offer and what each type of mic is for different circumstances.
Definitely. I guess the starting point for anyone in the kind of filmmaking space is our video mic range, which is where we're predominantly known, which is on-camera microphones that plug directly into the camera and kind of go and grab whatever sound you're pointed at, you're focused on, kind of thing. And that gives you great reference audio, whether you use that on the final track, the final release of what you're shooting, or you replace that with a dual system track or something like that.
Because when you're shooting dual system, it helps to have a very clean track to work with for the software to match it up.
Sync, and then sometimes, if you have something, there's some clothing rustle, or someone forgets to turn a mic on, or so on, you've got that video mic on camera you can refer back to, and replace, and it kind of gets you out of trouble. And everyone has that kind of story now and again. Something's happened, and having that reference audio, because if you have to fall back to an on-camera mic, it's usually not very good. Yeah, and then going on from there, shotgun mics, so dedicated boom mics like our NTG 1, 2, 3, and 8, and they're really for booming in spaces kind of typically out of frame, so everyone knows that kind of, the boom guy holding the mic over people's heads. We'd have something up here grabbing both our audio, so we don't have to have an interview mic. But obviously, in most scenarios, that requires a dedicated sound guy as well, or a big boom stand and so on.
Sure. Now, what would be the main differences between the 1, 2, 3, and 8?
So the 1 and 2 are very similar. They're kind of our entry-level professional shotgun mic. The 2 takes a AA battery, so it doesn't require any phantom power from the camera. Then we go to the 3, which is definitely a pro-level mic. That's kind of like our flagship shotgun. It's RF bias, which means that it's not susceptible to any moisture or humidity in the air. So it's very, very reliable. Great sound, forgiving polar pattern, which kind of means that you don't have to be directly pointed at someone to get the sound you need. So if you're not a pro, experienced boom operator, it's still very forgiving, which a lot of shotguns aren't. That's basically it. And then the 8 is basically an NTG3 with a lot longer line tube that allows for better rejection. So ideally that's kind of designed for large outdoor spaces, such as this, that would work great in this environment.
Sure. Now, there are a lot of people that use shotguns, maybe not what they're entirely meant for. They'll use it for interior dialogue. Can you take us through what might be the best mic for that scenario?
Yeah, typically in an indoor scenario, particularly if it's a low ceiling and so on, it's a closed space, and you'll hear a lot of echo of basically what's a phase issue with the cancellation and how a shotgun mic works. But typically in those scenarios, you're better off going towards what we call a cardioid or hypercardioid mic, which has a different kind of pickup. I don't want to go into the details and so on, but basically something like our new M5 mics are perfect for indoors. They're more of a cardioid shape, and they give you a more natural sound in an indoor scenario. And a lot of people, I think, they learn that the hard way. Unfortunately, there's not one mic that's perfect for every scenario, but a shotgun's a good place to start, and then you get into a certain space and think, it doesn't sound quite right.
Not just like lighting, with audio, you don't use the same light for everything. So
yeah, exactly.
in audio, you want to have a good variety for whatever scenario you might be working with. Now, for lavaliers, most lavalier mic packs come with a mic.
Yeah.
So tell us why someone might want to upgrade to your lavalier system.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, our Lav is a professional broadcast grade mic. So a lot of the mics that you kind of get free with your wireless packs and belt packs are typically kind of a freebie, lower grade. So if you do audition our mic, I'm confident that people will hear the difference in the mic. But one of the bigger features of our lavalier is the Micon system, which is basically the way that it terminates to a connector. So you buy the Lav or the pin mic, which is a different kind of Lav that we make, and it terminates in a small thread, and then you purchase the Micon adapter that suits you. At the moment we've got 11 different adapters. So there's XLR for professional grade equipment. There's 3.5mm if you want to go straight into your DSLR. Our Micon 11, which we just released, is a TRRS. So that's basically you can plug into your iPhone or an Android device. And then we make a range for third-party belt packs. It's like your Sennheiser G3, Shure, Audio-Technica, and so on. So it's really, the idea is you buy one mic, and then it doesn't matter, technology changes, you change your belt packs, you just buy the new adapter for $20, $30, and you're on your way, kind of thing.
Great, and having that consistency, like we talked about earlier, if you use a Rode Shotgun, it's nice to have the same audio quality, the same style, so that you're not having to do a ton of mastering to try to get them to match.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So now, obviously, we talked about those. You guys have more specialty mics too, like the reporter, condenser mics. So take us through some of those as well.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting mic that I mentioned a second ago is the pin mic, which is basically a lav mic, but it goes under your clothing, and then there's a tiny little capsule that kind of pins on top, like a button almost. So it's really good for being conspicuous when you're micing, if it's a theatrical production where you're not meant to see a lav mic clipped to a shirt or so on. Another product that we came out with recently is called the InvisiLav, and it's really just a small piece of specific type of rubber, and it's designed to mount our traditional lavalier, be it our Lav or our Smart Lav, under clothing or onto skin. It's a medical grade synthetic, so it's designed to not irritate skin and so on. So that's another option for that kind of inconspicuous miking. And you mentioned the reporter as well, which is a great kind of handheld interview mic, omnidirectional. So you noticed, obviously, you know how to use the mic quite well. You don't need to do that back and forward, because a lot of people, they forget and you get caught in the conversation. And most of these style mics are cardioid, which means that it kind of just picks up in front of the mic. Being an omnidirectional, you'll be able to hear it, gets you and I equally as much here, and you're not having to do that back and forth. And you get the great mic flag on top, so you can do the branding. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Scott. Really appreciate the rundown. And have a great show.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Special thanks to our sponsors for making our NAB coverage possible.